What's up guys, and welcome back to the Diablo 3 how-to video. In this video I will be showing you how to do normal rifts, Nephilim rifts, and greater rifts, and also just giving you some strategy and best practices and showing you some items that actually might help you in your journey. Now, starting with the very basics, a Nephilim rift is a instance that you can get into where you can kill a bunch of monsters. As you kill monsters and champion elites, a bar will fill up. Once that bar is completely full, a Rift Guardian will appear, and when you kill that Rift Guardian, you'll get granted a bunch of experience and loot, and then you'll also get a bunch of experience when you close that rift, i.e. going back to town and talking to Auric here and closing it. As you do Nephilim rifts, from whether it be Torment 1 all the way to Torment 13, the amount of keystones that drop will increase, your magic find will increase, gold find will increase, but also the difficulty of the rift itself. Once you hit level 70 and you kill a Rift Guardian, then greater rift keystones will start to drop. These are required to actually go into greater rifts. Greater rifts are an alternative to Nephilim rifts, and they are timed. You have 15 minutes to kill the Rift Guardian. He will drop one legendary gem that you don't already own. The game will check your stash and your inventory and the equipment on your character to see if you already have the gem. If you don't, then it will be in the pool of ones that will drop. A trick to actually getting multiple of the same type of gem is to take your gem and put it on different characters' inventory and then go back to your main and run a GR, and it will drop again for you. When you complete a Greater Rift on time, you will get 3 chances to upgrade a legendary gem. Your success rate for upgrading these gems is going to be based on the level of the gem and the level of the GR that you're in. When you empower a rift, and it uses gold to empower, you get 1 additional chance at the end of the rift. If you don't die during the greater rift, you get an additional chance for a total of 5. Now, as far as the items that I would recommend for running rifts, for Nephilim rifts, if you're going after death breath farming, then you would use sages. But as you start getting higher and higher in difficulty, it's going to be harder to use these pieces without completely dwarfing your DPS output. You can also use Boon of the Hoarder if you're just trying to farm a lot of gold. If you have problems getting stuck behind, walls or, waller affixes, then you use the Bottomless Potion of Kool-Aid, which will allow you, when used, to be able to break through the waller affix for 5 seconds. You can also use Illusionary Boots, which will allow you to walk through mobs if you have a problem getting stuck while running it. But I would say the best item to use in both normal and greater rifts would be Nemesis Bracers, because when you use a Shrine or Pylon, it will spawn an enemy champion, and this will directly affect the speed at which you can complete normal and greater rifts, because you are now you're spawning an additional champion that wouldn't otherwise be there, and getting orbs for that to speed up the completion of that rift. And speaking of orbs, when you're in Nephilim rifts or greater rifts, every time you kill a champion or an elite, it will drop orbs. If you picked up those orbs, it'll progress that bar faster, a little bit faster than what trash would. Most builds that I do will require you just to go from champion or elite pack to champion elite pack and just skip all the trash. That is my preferred method of running greater rifts, and I think it's the most effective. And whenever you run in groups, it'll also be probably the one strategy that they will use. It is recommended that you run normal or Nephilim rifts in a public game with a full party, because your experience bonus will go up, your magic find bonus will go up, and you'll be able to complete them a lot quicker. The downside is that sometimes if you have somebody that's really overgeared for the difficulty you're at, then they will actually go kill the Rift Guardian and they'll pour it out and close the rift, and you'll have basically 30 seconds to try to find where they actually killed the Rift Guardian to get all your items. There are pros and cons to everything, but for the most part, when you're trying to do greater rifts or normal rifts, more the merrier. The more players you get, the better, unless you're going after solo completions for greater rifts, and you do them solo, obviously. And just like Nephilim rifts, you get the majority of the experience when you close the greater rift. So just as an example, I'm going to go into a Nephilim rift and just kind of show you how it works. Probably won't go all the way through the Rift Guardian, but I just want to give you an idea of kind of what to expect when you start a normal or Nephilim rift. So as you can see here, it's not timed. You have a progress bar right here, and as we progress through here, we'll start killing mobs. And you can see, well, this is trash. It's not going to progress it that much. But you can see I'm like 1% of 100 now. But this build, I'm just going to use Steed Charge to look for champion or elite packs. And as you can see here, they dropped orbs. So I'm just going to grab these orbs, and you can see the progress bar is actually moving now. Now the thing to note about greater rifts is they don't actually drop items. And that goblin just got away. I didn't even see him there. But like I was saying, in greater rifts, the mobs will not drop items at all. The only thing that drops items in Greater Rifts is the Rift Guardian himself. Whenever you're doing a normal Nephilim Rift, when you do spawn the Rift Guardian, none of the other mobs in the Rift will die. In Greater Rifts, once you spawn the Rift Guardian, everything within 100 yards of the player will instantly die, and everything beyond that will despawn. So that was an example of a normal Nephilim Rift at Torment 13. Now I'm going to give you the equivalency of what it is empowered for a Greater Rift. As you can see here, there's a list of difficulty levels that you can select, and when you first start off, you'll be able to, let's say you've been farming on Torment 2, then this list will only go up to 13, but once you complete 13, then you'll be able to access 14, 15, and as you start going up and up in difficulty, you'll start getting higher on the list. But for Torment 13, we are going to go ahead and select GR60 for Torment 13 equivalency, and then we're going to empower it. It's going to cost us 25 million, so we're going to go ahead and start it. And as you can see, things already look different, right? You have this little timer here, it shows progress, and then it shows time left. We got 14 minutes. So as we go through here, we're going to just start killing stuff right here, and you'll see there's orbs here. You see now it's actually filling up pretty quickly, and you can always see by rolling over what your time is and also the percentage of your completion on it. Also keep in mind that when you die in a Greater Rift, then you can have the option of spawning at your corpse, but it will actually subtract time from the time left portion, and the more you die in the same Greater Rift, the more time will be deducted. What it used to happen was when you died, then a timer would count down until you were able to actually spawn at your corpse. But now they kind of foregoed you just sitting there at the death screen waiting by just automatically deducting that time from the time left. So just here we just go through like this, not a big deal. We avoid fixes like always, and we're just collecting orbs. This build at least is all about collecting the orbs. And sometimes you'll find rifts that are have really good density as far as mobs, and you're able to complete them much faster, especially when you're trying to accomplish things for, like, let's say your seasonal journey where you need to complete a Nephilim Rift in a certain amount of time, or whatever the case may be. You kind of do have to farm the RNG. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting really close to actually completing the Greater Rift, and I'll show you exactly what will happen when the Rift Guardian spawns, and also what to do as far as upgrading gems and everything. Alright, so there you go, the Rift Guardian spawned. He spawned right here. Everything else dies or despawns. So now we're just, and in order to be successful, you have to not only, it's not about spawning him within 15 minutes, you have to actually spawn and kill him within 15 minutes. As you can see, here's the loot he drops. You got some legendaries, some crafting mats, some rubies, and blood shards and all that good stuff. But then here, she is the one that, if you complete it on time, will show up and allow you to level your gems. It'll show up in a thing like this. This list is actually sorted in a particular way. The first one is going to be what's in your inventory. So if any gems are in your inventory, they're going to show up first on the list. And then the next three, or whatever, are going to be the ones that you have equipped, right? And then all the rest in this list, they're listed by how they're actually displayed or kept in your stash. I usually keep all my legendary gems in the same tab, and then the ones I'm working on I'll put near the top of that stash tab, and so that they'll show higher on this list. And it saves you a lot of time, so you don't have to keep scrolling through here and figuring out what you are trying to upgrade. But going over the actual upgrading process, as you can see, I am at what, GR60, and this gem is 81. So you see, chance to upgrade is 0%. That means I can pour attempts into this, but I will never actually get it to 82. Then you have 55 here. I have a 60% chance. And then if I go down to, let's say, this Golgoth of Swiftness gem at level 10, well, I have 100% on that. This little green 1 here means that I empowered it. I did die in this rift, so that's why I don't have the 5 attempts. But all you do is you see what the percentage of success rate is, and then you just hit upgrade, and it'll increase the level. And see, just like 90%, or let's try the 60%. Maybe we'll get lucky. See, we failed on that one. Failed again. We failed again. So what you have to do is you kind of have to balance the difficulty at which you're trying to do greater rifts and the level at which you're trying to get your gems to. And then you go out here and you talk to Auric, and he'll close the rift. And as you can see, he'll give you all your information, how much XP you got, how much gold you got, your time, and then your friends, if they've actually completed on the same class as you, kind of where they're at on their greater rift personal records. I hope this video helped you. If you like Diablo content or Blizzard content in general, hit subscribe and hit the like button to see more. I'll see you guys next time.